Welcome back. If you've just joined us, you're watching the news at 10 on Channels Television, coming to you live from Lagos. A reminder of our top stories. Participants at a colloquium in Abuja, including the Sultan of Sokoto, bear their minds on the need to protect the unity of Nigeria as event gets rowdy over debate on restructuring. Southern leaders gather in Lagos, insist that restructuring is the only way to ensure Nigeria's peaceful coexistence. 10 persons feared dead following clash between two communities in Delta State. Residents trade blame over cause of conflict. And Angolans vote in a parliamentary election expected to usher in the country's first new leader in 38 years. And now for more on our top stories and others, please visit our website channelstv.com and youtube.com/channelsweb. You can also watch us on the go on your mobile device. Log on to m.channelstv.com or download the Channels TV app for Android, iOS and Windows devices from their respective stores. The Channels TV and Channels 24 app will give you access to news and updates. You also have the eyewitness feature, so you too can be part of the news. Just install the app, then tap and swipe to reveal the eyewitness menu and follow the instructions to share. A violent attack involving two communities in Delta State has left 10 people dead. The neighboring communities in Isoko South local government area of the state are trading blame over who's responsible for the incident. The clash comes 11 months after both sides had signed an undertaking to coexist following a series of conflicts.
Several houses burnt, broken fences, broken windows, property destroyed. Signs of the strife in Okwalenwe community after an alleged attack by Igbide community, which left also about 10 people dead and some wounded. So many have fled their homes, including families who lost their loved ones for fear of another attack. The State Commissioner of Police, Zanai Ibrahim, and his team, accompanied by the chairman, Isoko South Local Government Area, are also here to get an insight into what led to the crisis, a step he says will help in the ongoing investigation.
Unfortunately, it started as a land dispute, but today criminality is involved. I'd like to use the opportunity to appeal to our people. I think that we need to take a break and realize that human lives are being slaughtered like that of animals. It's now criminality. It's no longer about the land because we have the courts of law. And so if there are issues affecting disputes, you should go to the court of law.
There is proliferation of weapons. And unless and until we mop them up, solution may not be found to this problem.
Governor Ifeanyi Okowa, in a statement signed by his chief press secretary, emphasizes that resorting to acts of violence as a form of redress over grievances by any group or people anywhere in the state will not be tolerated or condoned by the state government. The statement reads in part, "The governor regrets the displacement of families, businesses, and has directed security agencies to promptly investigate and ensure the prosecution of the culprits in the renewed communal clashes in Igbide and Okwalenwe, where several lives were reportedly lost. For now, security operatives are patrolling both communities to maintain law and order."
And some youths in Iliozu axis of Port Harcourt, the River State capital, today staged a protest against the escape of the suspected killer of an 8-year-old girl from police custody. The protesters barricaded a section of the road in the city centre, demanding that the police produce the suspect. But the police are optimistic that the search for the University of Port Harcourt undergraduate will soon produce results. The Nasarawa State Police Commissioner Abubakar Sadiq Bello has confirmed the abduction of the former Minister of Labour and Productivity Hussaini Akwanga by unidentified gunmen. He told Channels Television that search operations had been intensified to rescue the elder statesman and nab the abductors. The former minister, who was also a one-time secretary to the Nasarawa state government, was abducted on Tuesday evening at his farm in Akwanga local government area. The abductors, who had contacted the family on the minister's phone earlier demanding for 50 million naira, are now asking for 5 million naira as ransom. In other security matters, 2 suicide bombers have detonated explosives strapped to their bodies at the Muna Garage, a satellite community in Maiduguri, the Borno state capital, killing 1 person and injuring 16 others. Sources at the State Emergency Management Agency who took part in the evacuation of those confirmed the incident to Channels Television. One of the suicide bombers reportedly detonated his explosives in the midst of a crowd, injuring several people. The second bomber reportedly wrestled with a soldier who almost lost his rifle in the scuffle before another soldier took him out. The injured victims are being treated in the hospital. And the Borno State Command of the Nigeria Police has confirmed that an armored personnel carrier belonging to its special anti-robbery squad was affected in the bomb attack. Well, let's cross over to Abuja now. Here's Linda Akigbe. Linda.
Hello, Ijoma. President Muhammadu Buhari today received the report of the committee investigating the allegations against the suspended Secretary to the Government of the Federation, Babachir Lawal, and the Director General of the National Intelligence Agency, IOK. The committee, headed by the Vice President, Professor Yemi Osinbajo, and 2 others, are investigating Babachir Lawal and IOK for allegedly violating the laws of the land and due process in the award of contracts under the Presidential Initiative on the Northeast. Mr. Ayoke, the suspended NIA Director General, is also facing investigation following the discovery of large amounts of foreign and local currencies by the EFCC in a residential apartment at Osborne Towers, Ikoyi, Lagos, allegedly belonging to the National Intelligence Agency.
Report which contains recommendations to the President. It's a fact-finding committee, as you know, and what our terms of reference were to find out, based on the facts that we had available to us and based on interview of witnesses, what transpired in both cases that were before us. The one involving the Secretary of Government and the one involving the DGNIA. We have now concluded that, and we've submitted a full report with recommendations to Mr. President. I, of course, cannot give you any kind of details because the President has to look at it, has to study the report, and then make his own decisions based on that report. Well, I think that, as you can imagine, we are always fair-minded, and the whole approach is to ensure that justice is done in all cases. It's in the interest of the government and also in the interest of the nation that things are done properly, that there is due process, and that you're not unfair in any way. And that's the proper thing to do. And you can be sure that we'll do the right thing. We have now submitted a report to Mr. President. It's a detailed report, 2 reports as a matter of fact, very detailed reports. And Mr. President has to study the reports and then make a recommendation.
Providing compelling content is key to revenue generation as Nigeria switches from analog to digital broadcasting. This is according to participants at the 2-day 3rd International Summit on Digital Broadcasting, which held in Lagos. Media delegates maintained that though the provision of compelling content comes with a high financial cost, there is a need for adequate protection of the content for realizable commercial value for stakeholders within the value chain. Our correspondent Loretta Chiogo reports that the 2-day summit has come to an end.
Find out how all of these technologies,
The conversation moves to the roles of major players in the broadcast industry.
You need to understand who are the people who are digital. What do they want to see? How do they want to see it?
Is there a method?
2 separate panels take a critical look at core issues for the success of the digitization process.
seems to me that
Panel 1 x-rays the topic, creating and delivering quality local content in the digital ecosystem.
I think for us in Africa, it's really about ensuring that our content is unique to us, resonates with us, and I think it starts from here. But at the same time, we need to ensure that the quality standards are much like what we see globally so that we can sit side by side.
I'm taking it 2 steps back from not starting necessarily with the content in hand, but starting with the root of the content, which is 1, belief, 2, the story, 3, overview, 4, vision, 5, strategy. We lack all these pillars. So by the time we think we've created something that can go around the world, an Mnet would have to turn it down because we don't have the basic requisites.
It's not enough to have compelling content for consumers and advertisers. The security of such content is paramount. Panel 2 discusses this.
But is the right owners, content owners must also appreciate that primarily this is their property, and what they actually have is the copyright in the content. And you must up your efforts, your determination to protect this. And the Draft Copyright Act has made specific provision for online protection, and has stated step by step of steps that owner should take when there is violation.
I am not sure that the machinery to enforce is actually there. So you see that people make a career and become billionaires feeding off what is not theirs.
No doubt, there are grey areas to be tackled in the digital switchover as the federal government organizes an audience measurement conference in October this year. Loretta Chiogo, Channels Television News.
When in News at 10 returns, United Nations Industrial Organization asks Nigerian entrepreneurs to harness full potential of information technology for business development. Please join us again.